So, let's go into some comedy. Next up, please welcome and make some noise for Nicholas Cortez.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you. My name is Nicholas Cortez, as she just said, and I am your comedian for tonight. And I'll tell you, it really is it's a little nerve-wracking saying that up here, because you have all those friends who hear your name coming up on the PA, and some of them don't know what you're doing, so they try and scare you. You know, we all get stage fright. They try and scare you. They go, "I'm gonna laugh at you," or "I'm gonna scream at you," blah, blah, you know, all that stuff. I laugh. Thank you. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing comedy. I welcome it. And I'm telling you, right now we live in the era of communication and of information and of communicating your information to everybody around you. And I have a friend who does just this with something they call Twitter. And I can't stand Twitter. And it's ridiculous. It's an invasion of privacy, and it's all this other stuff. And I was reading a tweet the other day, and I mean, you know, I don't like it, but I have a reason not to like it. I obviously have one. So I was reading a tweet the other day from this friend, and it was like at 8:30 in the morning. I think 8:30 in the morning, you know, we have school. What's going on? And the tweet is about how she got an F on her math test. And I'm just thinking, F on the math test. I wonder, it can't be because you're using Twitter in class. You know, I mean, going down Twitter, you see all these things about people's hangovers and all the bad decisions they did, but you don't really see y equals mx plus b on Twitter. Obviously people aren't paying attention. And I mean, it just goes to show you, like, the farther we go, it's sort of the smarter the devices are getting, and sort of the dumber the people are. And it's I mean, how many times a day do you see a smartphone being used by a dumb person? And I get to say this because I hate my smartphone. I really do. And I feel like it knows. I feel like we got to the point where our phones know when we don't like them. And I feel like when I put it next to me at night, it's just sitting there, just cackling inwardly. Just like, you're dumb. It's ridiculous. And I mean, all these things, they're all so easy to get into. It's kind of sad, you know, like it's a smart device. It's really easy to, you know, take over. And it's like, it has to do with all this anonymous, you know, secret societies, all the government. And I mean, really, having to do with secret societies, how many people hear like the term Illuminati used almost every day? You know, it defeats the purpose of it being a secret society if you can talk about it. I mean, if you mention it every day, what's so secret? It's really just a society. And if you want to get really specific, it's a social society. That's about it. And you know, I mean, we can't really get too mad about them being in our information because obviously we're in theirs. We can talk about it all the time. And I always imagine what these old guys are like. I imagine them really old, just kind of hobbled over, stumped over, because you know, if there's anyone you can call ancient, it's them. And I always imagine like being that one guy that let something slip that one day. You know, you've been there the whole time, and you walk into work, which, I don't know if it's work, but you walk in, and they look at you, and they just glare at you, and they have that little old cane, they're all hobbled, and they're still British because they came here with Columbus 300 years ago. And they just go, "God damn it, Billy, what have you done? We had plans for 300 years, and you ruined them." I plan on being one of those someday. What else? It's childish if you think about it. Because it's like, all these adults and everything, they complain about everything, basically. And when suddenly when kids decide to do it, it's all our faults. Because we don't know anything about the world. And I feel like it's an adult, childish need to control things. You know? And so, it kind of goes into like, teachers. And I know it's really thin ice with teachers, but it's just, everyone has that teacher who's really a stickler with phones, like no phones whatsoever. As soon as they see it, they have like eyes for that kind of stuff. They watch for it, and they see you every time you do it. Somehow they have eyes that just go through the back of their head. And this is the same teacher though, who 5 minutes later will be teaching on the board, and you'll say ring, 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 and they'll answer their phone. And during class, they'll have a 15-minute conversation with their college roommate named Jill from 20,000 years ago. And they'll spend 5 minutes indoors, and then they'll go outside for 10 more minutes and talk. And as soon as you think you're on the clear, as soon as you think they can't see anything, you pull out your phone to check the time, and you do whatever, and those hot guys just come back in. You like walk in, hey, put that phone away. And you're just like, okay, jeez. And the person on the other line says, what's going on? It's like, oh no, not you, Jill, don't worry about it. Hey, yeah! Just go on forever. And I mean, it really is, it's like, what kind of world have we come to when the adults spend more time on their phones than the children? Because I have a Twitter, yeah, but I don't use it. Like I said, I don't like it. But my dad has a Twitter, and he was one of the first ones to start using it. He has like 16,000 tweets. And it's being taken over by adults, like just as by parents now. And I just want to see a parent Twitter, where all the trending tags are just, bath time, shopping list, just things like that, the stories I'm going to tell my kids in the future. And like you just see all these different ones. Imagine one for parents. I mean, the teachers, and like I think we've reached the age where we can really have a Twitter for everyone. So it's like MySpace, but with Twitter. My Twitter. And I just imagine all the teacher tags, and just like, oh, I'm gonna give these kids all this homework tonight. And imagine following your teacher, that'd be the worst thing ever. Anyway, speaking of tonight, that really concludes all I have. Good evening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the show.